I can't see anything. I can't even see his white horns. Last time I seen him was when he is so ticked off. But he's chicken.
Yeah. Day one of pack training. Magnolia's got her ULA Spark backpack on. Her mother is running an EXO mountain gear pack. And I have a Kafaru hoodlum. I got about 50 pounds in mine. She's whooping me. She's got 55 pounds. And Maggie has 0 because she had a little minor meltdown with 20 pounds of birdseed at the beginning. So I guess we're gonna start off a little slower. But it's pretty warm down here today. It's like 80 degrees in South Carolina. It is Wednesday the 22nd of May. And we're gonna be going out to Colorado in September.
Two more. Ready? Push up. 1, 2, 3.
Put your sit-up down there. Good. Good explode. Do that. Your turn. There you go. Good. What a great day to go training.
Hey, we better train in the elements.
Pouring rain.
Oh, I didn't know you were recording. Of course.
Of course I'm recording.
Go team! Woo! Looks a little black up there.
Oh man. We did legs yesterday, right Maggie?
Right.
What'd you do?
Everything.
We got heavy packs today. We're gonna go do some hiking. We got about a month and 10 days until we're slipping into the mountains. So we're gonna take advantage of the last over-the-counter year for Colorado archery. And we're gonna have some glorified camping stickers. We're gonna be able to carry our bows camping. Isn't that right, KaSaundra?
No, that is not right. We're coming home with meat.
She swears up and down we're gonna kill a 340 bull, so she just might be the one to do it. Anyway, it's pouring rain and we're headed to walk, but it is what it is. And what's your point on?
5. My point on's what, right at 22?
23,
22,
24.
24?
Yeah. So I'm
Maybe
gonna let you make the
right
decision.
above where I want to go, like at the the definitive cutout, and hopefully drop that, what, 4 inches into the middle?
Shoot your shot.
Can I go first or Mom?
Now let Mama shoot this one. Shoot your shot. Whatever you, if you feel confident in that, just let it sit there and pull through. Just make sure you get back tension and trust it. So I wasn't going to tell you anything, but I would have shot that point on dead on because I think it's about 22 yards.
All right.
And even though it's 22 yards, your 24 would have put you pretty much still in the middle of the cutout. You hit exactly where you aimed, didn't you?
To the left of it.
Good morning.
Good morning. After what, 4 hours of sleep?
4 hours of sleep?
We got Maggie. No home alone.
Nope, we left her here.
Coffee.
And we cranked the truck.
Hat. Tie-dye shirt.
You have your bow?
Yeah. Did you want me to bring this darn whatever this is that I can't
Yeah,
order?
that is called an elk call.
Maggie. Are we there yet? Oh man.
2024 Colorado Elk Hunt. Let's go.
Let's go. Woohoo! Oh man. Here goes nothing.
Why is the truck beeping at us already?
I don't
Alright, go and let it ride.
That's great. Let's go. Let's hand for food. Buy $100. Thank you for so duper. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
First
What's up, y'all?
meal in Colorado.
First meal in the camper ever.
It is. First time we ever eaten here. So we just arrived in Colorado at the trailhead where we're going to go in and hunt.
Come on, Mama.
Sorry.
The fan?
I don't know what's gonna be that loud.
Yeah, the fan.
We stopped and shot some bows a little bit ago, and we just arrived here, cooked some hot dogs and some pasta, and we've been driving for, what was it, about 29 hours. We slept 2 hours in the parking lot, and then another 4 hours in another parking lot, so we're pretty whooped today. Maybe some of us are frustrated more than others, and I'm not going to call any names, but...
Yikes.
But we're going to hike in the morning tomorrow. It's the 31st, and we're going to try to get a head start. The season doesn't start till the 2nd.
Oh, don't forget. What
What?
did we see? What did I see?
Oh, we did see a giant coming in.
An elk, a giant
What did I
elk.
spot coming in?
Yeah, KaSaundra saw a big, probably, I
The
don't know,
giantest one we'll see.
probably close to a 280, 300-inch bull. Probably, I think he had 6 on his left, best I could tell. I don't know if he was broke on the right already. I mean, it's not even September, and he looked like he'd already had a broke time. But biggest bull I've ever seen in person, and I haven't seen a whole ton. But he was actually about 200 yards onto the private ground, just feeding by himself in a little meadow. But it
That's
was
probably the giantest one we're going to see this year.
might be the only one we see this year, Maggie.
Oh, y'all. Come on.
We got 30 days. Maggie's gonna be with us for 19 of them, and then KaSaundra and Maggie are gonna fly home, and KaSaundra's gonna rejoin me on the 23rd. So
Rejoin.
hopefully we can get it done. What do y'all think? Think we can get it done or no?
Absolutely.
KaSaundra has really high hopes.
Yeah.
But Maggie, what do you think? You gonna carry a back strap out?
Probably.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. We're gonna get some sleep tonight, and hopefully be on some elk in the morning. I'd like to find a few. Like I said, today is the what's today? Today's the 30th. Tomorrow's the 31st. We're gonna take time getting in there.
This is good noodles.
Just take our time hiking in, and then on the 1st, we plan on doing some scouting, maybe readjusting camp according to thermals, the way things lay out. If we can find some elk, and then hopefully on the 2nd we'll be on bulls, and hopefully don't get screwed up by a bunch of other hunters. So that's the biggest game we play out here.
I don't know about that.
But anyway, we'll catch you tomorrow.
One crack. Two crack.
Towel, all of our toiletries, toothpaste, toothbrush. I'm not taking our reading books, but I have your little Bible, okay? We'll read in it.
Got my school books. Oh, is this where my cracks go?
It is
It
now.
was a struggle.
A scruggle.
Struggle. And we're going to, this is our first time we're going to be hiking Colorado and sleeping overnight. What's he building?
I'm putting your mama's arrows together. I had to put mine together in a second. I didn't transport them with broadheads on them because they're sharp and they cut stuff. That's how you get disasters. What you making there, youngin?
Eggs.
Huevos?
Mm-hmm.
You got your knife?
Check.
Yep. All your emergency stuff. Matches, knife,
Check.
the blanket that keeps you warm,
Check.
sleeping bag,
Check.
your little pillow.
Check.
I have all of your change of clothing.
Check.
You have your quick dry towel.
Double check.
Okay. I have toothbrushes for everyone.
Double check.
Toothpaste.
Double check.
Okay.
And toboggan check.
You have gloves. I have your toboggan. It's in your bag. Okay.
Oh, check.
I'm gonna
Double
get our
check.
2 sun hats.
Do you have some wet wipes?
Wet wipes I have laying on top of there. I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag though.
All right. We'll get food together here in a second. We'll lay that out.
Food? Yeah.
We'll get out 5 days of food.
Okay. Today?
Yes.
Because we're gonna leave it.
We may stay back there. Tomorrow's
okay.
the day before it in the day. I'd love to scout the day before.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take our bows and everything in there. If we have to hustle back, I mean it's a day hike. So I can scurry back. Somebody else can scurry back. But then I have the tent. I have both sleeping pads. I have my sleeping bag. I have my clothes. I have the bow supplies. I have a fly rod. I have extra arrows because we're gonna need them after we have to do a follow-up shot on a 340 bull. I have my gloves. I have some fly fishing stuff. I'm probably gonna take the solar panel. So we're about to get going
Let me try it on.
the trail.
Wait, that'll be where my head is.
I got another way.
And got our packs loaded up. I got a pretty heavy pack. I think Kassaundra's probably got close to 40 pounds. I probably have 55 pounds. We got a 5-person big Agnes tent, so it's pretty heavy. I think it's 7 pounds. I got sleeping pads, sleeping bags. Maggie's probably got about 12 pounds in hers. Hers looks huge, but she's got a lot of soft
I
stuff.
can't even get anything on.
But we got about a 7-mile hike in to where I want to be this evening.
Oh.
And we're getting started pretty early, so we'll be fine, but take it easy and get in there.
Put your hair right there for a minute.
You good, Maggie? How's it feel?
Come over here.
Pretty good.
We'll get it adjusted. You gotta give us a minute. She's ready to roll.
She's ready to go. We're about to have to head on out. This GoPro's giving me a fit. It keeps turning off, but hopefully we'll get some footage on this trip and at least have fun. We got 19 days, all 3 of us together, so hopefully we can get it done. Find some ugly
No,
salt.
it's gonna be a whole month together.
Well, you got to fly back middle of the month.
Me and Mama do.
Yeah, kind of sad.
You'll be all alone. I bet that'll be great.
That's gonna be horrible, you know.
Hush, hush.
All right, we'll catch you on the flip side. We'll get some video going up and hopefully get some video of us cutting an elk apart and packing it out. What do you say, Maggie?
Yep.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
It's refreshing, Mama. Want to swim?
Yeah.
This is the river water.
Well, folks, we are 4 miles in.
Oh.
What have I had?
I don't know. I didn't mean to turn the camera to me.
No.
You got...
Had a booger on me. Thanks, Maggie. No, I think it was ramen.
No, I think it was a napkin.
But we're about 4 miles in. I think we're gonna go about another mile and a half.
No, it was...
Sure is, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
About another mile and a half, maybe set up camp. And then I think we're gonna have time to bathe in the river. That's a stinky woman over there.
Looking forward to it.
This one right here smells even worse.
No.
You ever smelled an elk wallow? That's kind of what you smell
No.
like. But
No.
we're making pretty good time. While morale is super low, let's discuss how we feel right now. Maggie, we'll start with you.
Her legs are tired. Her feet are tired. We can't go anymore. We're
How-
about there though.
You think you got any?
48 hours.
You got any more gas left in your tank?
To
When
get
we
to
get in
camp.
the tent, nope. Nope.
Man,
How do you feel?
I'll say it's whooping my butt a little bit. Like it started out strong, and then
Work through it.
man, when we were gaining whatever elevation we're at right now, that was rough.
About 40.
My
elevation.
hips are killing me.
We're
Not
higher
from
than
like
you
just
think.
where this pack is sitting.
Demi, are we higher than we think?
Probably.
Breathing's not bad, but a little different.
My breathing ain't that bad.
Look, we're on camera, TV.
How do you know it's the camera? Because of the way it is.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is the aspen tree. because of the way it is.
Oh man, we're finally settled down. We had a big scare.
You can tell this is the head because of the way it is.
Lack of oxygen's really working.
Really working.
I had my pistol in my pack and thought I had it strapped down well enough. And we're about 6.5 miles in.
This is
And
probably
we got
going to
to
be
camp.
the funniest episode yet.
And we got to camp and realized my pistol was not there where it had been. So after a minor meltdown on my behalf, I got sick in my stomach, couldn't eat.
Minor.
I didn't say anything negative or bad or.
He did not. Except I'm sick in my stomach.
I was sick.
We can just go home.
I
This is
just
the
made-
worst trip ever. That wasn't negative.
It's the best trip ever because he finally found his
But
meltdown.
the pistol had slipped down into a pocket that I didn't think it could get into. And I hadn't checked that whole pocket like an idiot. So KaSaundra took off down the trail and tried to find it, and I had to go chase her down. But we had it. I just heard somebody yell or something. Did you hear that?
No.
It's raining. You can tell it's raining because of the way it is.
Lenny Pepper Bottoms. I showed her that before we came out here, and everything is the way it is.
Because
So,
of the way it
Because
is.
of the way it
You can
is.
see there's an eyeball in those because of the way they are. You can tell this.
But we're gonna get settled down. We just had dinner, and we're sitting here by the river, and gonna try to get some sleep. Tomorrow is a scout day, plus or minus move camp day, and then we're gonna get started on the second. So we're pretty pumped. So peace out.
Out for a change of clothes. Got hot already.
Yep.
Maggie, what you gotta tell them?
We started like 10 minutes ago, even though we took a stop a few times already. And what are you doing, Jamie?
Oh, you know, I'm just taking off my puffer.
I'm not.
Getting straight wafts of my armpit odor.
What do you have to say about that, Mama?
Oh yeah, we need a shower bad.
We may go in the lake today. It'll be freezing though.
What's tomorrow, Maggie?
Monday.
Yes, but
But what is tomorrow, like, in relation to what we are trying to accomplish?
Opening day.
yeah,
I'm pretty beat up right now.
I'm pretty beat up right now too.
This is an easy hike, but we got a lot of weight.
Mama's hips definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Her hips don't lie, though.
Hips don't hurt, hips don't lie.
Good cast, baby. That's perfect. Leave it there. Leave it. Let it drift. It's got to float. Not so fast. Good. Now aim towards the middle. Good cast. Let it go. Let it drift. Let it drift. All right. Go on and grab one out and put him in there. Don't drop him in the dirt. Whatever you do.
Yo,
Tasty morsel.
that was 3. We're cooking rice and
We have fish.
fish and rice, lemon rice mixed together.
Cooked.
Better mix them together, but I'm not having any fish, just rice, because I don't like fish. I don't know why. Try not to freeze to death in the mountains. So far, yesterday we got warmed up and today, but today wasn't as warm as it was yesterday. What do you think? It was much warmer yesterday.
Yes, it was.
What do we do today, Mama?
Let's see. Today we finished our hike and we found our base camp for
What about the ours?
a few days, and then Magnolia and I took a bath in the ice cold stream that's running past our camp.
Wow, you're doing a little scouting right before opening day. This thing got overcast, drizzling rain. Got a good wind coming downhill. I'm not that savvy when it comes to moose or elk sign, which is which, but this place is absolutely annihilated with sign. And I think it's elk, but I'm not certain. No. But yeah, it's just, I mean, there ain't nothing but fresh crap and tracks everywhere. I'm kind of contemplating going back to the camp and leaving them alone. But I would like to learn a little bit more. Some of this stuff is dead, like they've been in here for a while, but we're gonna do a little bit more scouting and see what we come up with. I want to get up here a little bit higher and get to where I can glass this valley a little bit. So if Maggie can hang on just a little bit longer today. Think you can? Stay tuned, we'll see. This is a good sign so far. I'm almost certain it's elk, but we'll find out.
All that he does is prospers, drives away. Therefore, the wicked will not.
So, open morning, 2024 elk season. We're just leaving camp. Not a bad start with a 7-year-old. As far as getting up, getting breakfast, coffee. Seen a moose this morning. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty positive I heard a bugle early this morning right before I got up. But we're right by the river, so if it was a bugle, it was close. We got to go over here and cross the river and then get back on where those elk were yesterday. There's a ton of sign in there, and we just kind of left them alone. We didn't hike but maybe a quarter mile. Just, I didn't want to bump them because I smelled elk and there was elk sign. I'm like, I don't need to go any further. We'll be there in the morning. So hopefully we can get up above this river and listen. Maybe get on some bugles, and I don't care, cow, legal bull, it doesn't matter to me. We're going to try to get it done as soon as we can.
You keep pointing that way, but are we close? Like,
I'm not going to tell you because then your brain will get confused.
well, I don't think you know.
I really don't. I've never been here.
But you have a map that's telling you.
I don't trust it. What if we kill a bull in between here and there? All we need is one dumb one. Can y'all believe how much elevation we've climbed today?
No, it's amazing. I can't believe it.
How much?
I'm ill.
Why are you so ill?
I don't know. I'm just ill.
Did we really hear an elk bugle, or was it a Doug Flutie?
I don't know.
Bugled like 6 times, 7 times. What is it? You just look way as far as you can see down there. Do you see something?
Something on the log.
No, way past that.
I don't see anything.
Just keep going. I see something down there. It's really big.
Should we swim? Okay, if I get wet or not. It looks so beautiful. The prettiest thing I've seen my whole entire life.
So we got the same bull fired up that we heard this morning. He's, in the words of the YouTube gurus, we checked his temp and he's not very hot, but he's answering. And I had to bugle at him a couple extra times because I couldn't pinpoint where he was at. I got a bad thermal for trying to approach him. But I think I can get to him. Believe it or not, we were within 200 yards of him this morning. And I knew I was on his elevation band, but we went left instead of right. And I think he's right. He wouldn't answer me from up there this morning, so he's laying in his bed right now, it sounds like. So we're gonna go up here and try to get on him. Got another probably 600-foot climb to get to him. But crazy, he answered us from across the canyon. And I think we got him pinpointed, so we're gonna give it a shot. That was nice. Did you hear that? She had a bunch of gas.
I know you're recording.
I think it's probably best just to wait on the thermals and get a good steady if I got him pinned this morning and this afternoon, I think he's about 300 yards in there, about the same elevation we're on.
We heard them in the morning earlier. They got the air on their bows and everything.
We were ready, weren't we?
Yeah, and we didn't see them, but now here we are now. We hear them. I think it's the same bull from this morning.
I think so too. Hey, listen. Going up a little bit more. Come on, Maggie. Come on, Maggie. Come on. There's an elk right there. Hey, he's up there. He's up there.
I'm not gonna shoot something head on. That's not a shot.
I will if it's close, but not, I wouldn't with that bow.
I would shoot it in the eyeball.
That's just gonna hurt it, baby. It won't kill it. Because she had huge eyeballs. She looked at me and those ears went up. I was like, oh crap.
Hey, that was my fault. I boogered that up. Good morning. It's day 2, September 3rd. Maggie and KaSaundra stayed in camp this morning. And I came up here to get on this bull we were on yesterday. I've gained about, 800 foot so far. I've heard 2 bugles, but 2 different bulls. I think they're both across the valley. There's a big meadow that they went to last night that I'm pretty positive that's where they were headed. And there's a bench right off the back side of it that is probably where they were bedded. So I'm off center of where they were yesterday, trying to get up above them. And then when the thermal switch, I'm gonna try to locate him with a bugle and try to drop in on him. That's all I know to do. catch everybody up. It's the third day of the season. Yesterday, I struck out about 6 o'clock, right as the sun was cracking. Climbed way up, probably 12,000 feet. I've increased from camp about 900. And I got in his bedroom. Cows bedded all around me, couldn't get a clear shot for nothing. 45 minutes passes. Long story short, cow smells me, they bust. Turn around to shoot another cow. Another cow had slipped in behind me, bedded, got up, busted. And then as soon as she did, the bull bugled. And so I thought he was about 100 yards, so I went to advance. I was gonna rip a bugle at him. And he was about 50 yards. And he was just over the rise, and he was a giant. He was a big bull, big herd bull. And I heard 2 more bulls with some cows. Now we are day 3, we've already hiked out. We hiked out last night. Went to town, got some good dinner, and then grabbed some more supplies, and we're set up for about another 6 or 7 days back here. So we're gonna go where we first scouted, where Magnolia thinks there's gonna be a giant. It's her favorite place. We tried to go here opening morning, but the log was too slick to cross, so we just caught in a spike, 25 yards, had to pass him up. Awesome though, Maggie got to see it. KaSaundra was in perfect position. He was standing right down there. There's a beat down trail. We just kind of anchored here. We've heard 2 bugles. One's relatively close. One might have been that spike trying to bugle, but pretty awesome encounter. That blood going across the log. I'm gonna give him some time. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna sit right here. I'm gonna soak this moment up, man. This ain't the herd bull. This is a satellite bull. I heard bugle. The herd bull's right up on top of the hill right there. But what an amazing morning. Oh my God. I ain't been cold all morning. And it's been about 30 minutes since I shot that bull. And I got the shakes. I had to put my puffer coat back on. But sending a couple inReach messages right now. I'm excited, but for some reason I don't feel great about it. I mean, I'm right here where the bull was standing when I shot him. And air is soaked in blood. There's blood at impact, and there's bubbles in it, but I don't put much stock in bubbles in the blood. I don't trust that. I thought I hit the bull back, like towards the hindquarters, but he was quartering away downhill about 27 yards. No, he was about to pop out broadside at 6 yards, and I was at full draw. And as soon as I got to full draw, he hurt me. I'm shaking bad. And he spooked after he stared at me for about, 3 to 5 seconds. And he ran down here, jumped a couple logs, and he slowed down. And when he popped in a hole, I was just following him. And he slowed down almost best I could remember. I don't know. I had to go back and watch the video. He kind of came to a almost stop, and I touched it off. And I felt like the air was going to go low and back, like towards the hindquarters. But my air doesn't smell of gut. It's like great blood. It's not gritty. Doesn't stink. And it made a great sound. I thought I hit like a old log or something, like a partially rotten log, because I didn't hear anything crack. But the tip of my broadheads broke, and I got a complete pass through on him. And he was, I mean, like I said, quartering away downhill about 27 yards, best I can guess. So I'm gonna give him about an hour, and I'm gonna start trying to track him, and just keep my eyes peeled up ahead. I never heard him crash, never heard any moan or anything. Oh my gosh, I'm tore up. It's gonna be a nerve-wracking day for me. Oh man, we'll see. Extremely good. I'm just taking things really slow, making sure I scan way ahead. But I feel good about it now. I mean, I've done gone probably 70 yards maybe. And he's pouring blood, but I know they do some crazy stuff, so just don't take it easy and make sure the wind don't get in my back. And hopefully he's laying right up here somewhere. KaSaundra and Maggie to be with me for this. I pray that I put a good air in this elk and a piece just piled up just a short distance further, Lord. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for the health and the time to come out here and do this, Lord. I pray that we make a recovery on this bull. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So I moved about another 80 yards down the trail. Still pouring blood. Everywhere he crosses a log, there's just blood all over it. But it's been about just shy of 2 hours since I shot him. So I'm just taking my time. I know he's probably not double lung or hard shot because he's gone about 180, but it's pretty much all downhill. He's kind of turned and started side hilling again. So I'm gonna give it about another 20 minutes, and I'm gonna go another 50 yards or so and set up and just listen, keep my eyes and ears peeled. So just pray for me. Hopefully we find him. I've gone a long ways, like a long ways. He's gained about 400 foot elevation. I just found a bed. I don't think I bumped him out of it unless my scent coming up this hill got him. I'm about almost 1,800 feet from my camp. It's gonna be a long couple days if I can recover him, but I'd give anything to find him. I mean, he's still bleeding good, but I don't know where I would have hit him to let him go that far and still bleed that much. So I'm gonna give him a little bit more time. Maybe he'll lay down up here again. Maybe he'll find him dead. I don't know. Kind of frustrated. So to put this into perspective, I'm sitting in this massive canyon. The camp is down there to the right of where that water's at. It's in those patch of trees down there. I shot this bull around here probably over a mile now. He's gained about 1,000 foot elevation, and I'm still on blood. I'm not giving up. Still on pin drops. And he's crossed this huge scree field. You can see up behind me, it's straight up to the peak. It's like 13,000 feet up there. I'll never get him out of here, but at least I'll have closure. Where I shot this bull, it wouldn't have been a hard pack out had he died within 200 yards of where I shot him, even if he went uphill. It would have been a day to get him down to camp and a couple of days to get him out of here. I mean, it would have been nothing. It'd been tough work, but we could have done it. But this sucker has literally climbed over 1,000 feet. Do I think he's gonna die? No. Do I think I hit him well? No. Do I wonder why he's bleeding as well as he was? Yeah, I have no idea. So I'm gonna go over here. He's not in these trees and he crosses this next patch of pines. I'm backing out. I'm going back to the camp, eat me something. I'm gonna put my wife on a bull this evening. I got one bugling right across from camp, not far. So at least I got a little bit better closure on it. I know he's not dead right there where I lost blood, and he's still kicking. So that's how it goes sometimes. I can't wait to get back into town and look at the GoPro footage and see where I hit him. But I think I hit him back, but this sucker bled like a stuck hog, and he's gone a long way. Well, everybody, I'm calling it. Pretty sure I just found the bull, but he's still alive. I ended up crossing blood up there about 350, 400 feet elevation higher. He left there, he went another 400 feet. I was almost at the tip top where it's like 13,500 feet. And then he got on a good trail and he crossed this first scree field. He got into pines, he angled up slightly again, got on another good trail, crossed another probably, I'd say it's about 180 yards across scree field. Walking on rocks, I found blood on the rocks. It was from yesterday, nothing fresh, hadn't bumped him. And then I stopped and there was a ridge that kind of went up and I glassed it pretty good, I thought. And I got over there to it and I rumbled a rock around and a spike stood up. And he looked right at me, he was still in velvet, so I know it wasn't the bull I shot there. And I'm almost certain it was just a spike, didn't have any forks. And he stood there and I just kept walking. I didn't care if I bumped him. And he turned to run, and when I saw him turn to run, I'd already taken my eyes off of him. When I saw a bull turn to run, he had forks and he looked like he was out of velvet. And he looked about the size of the bull I shot yesterday. And so I'm tracking blood across that scree field, across the rocks, and it goes right over there to where that bull was at. I check every bed in there. I ain't found a drop of blood. I found fresh pee, fresh poop, and I'm almost certain that was my bull. So we're looking at almost, I shot him at 8:30 yesterday. We're looking at, I don't know what time it is right now. It's probably like closer to 10:30. It is 10:30. So 24, 26 hours. And he's still kicking, so I don't think I had double lunged him, one lunged him, hard shot him for sure. I don't think I hit any major liver or kidneys or anything that's going to continue to bleed inside of him. I just don't know, for a bull to bleed that bad and go that far, I don't know what I hit, but it sucks. But I think I'm going to call that one. and go back to the camp and get the folks stirred up, and we're gonna try to go kill one this evening. I got a bull that's located right across from camp. He ain't far, and my wife said she heard him last night at 4:30 in the morning, so we're gonna try to get on him this evening. She's gonna shoot a cow, any legal bull, and I know most people would probably burn their tag for that, but I put forth more effort than just about any human on the planet climbing back up here 1,500 feet to try to just even locate more sign or even find him. And I've tracked him probably another, I'd almost say probably close to 3/4 of a mile from where I lost blood yesterday, and he was probably 1.5 miles from where I shot him. So I don't know, because it's GPS stuff doesn't work very well in the mountains, because it measures like 2-dimensional, and sometimes they go 300 yards uphill and it only says 70 yards on the GPS, so I can't trust that. But I know how far I walked, and how far I walked on trail to go straight up to shoot him, and how far down the trail straight up to where I lost blood, and that's over 1.25 miles just in trail length. So that's not counting where he went up and down. And so I'm gonna call that one. I'm gonna keep my tag in my pocket. I'm gonna go try to kill one. I want to kill a bull or a cow and put some meat in the freezer. And it's just chalk that one up as just, I don't know. That's just hunting for me. I don't know. Y'all want to know what it's like hunting with a 7-year-old in the backcountry? It's like this. It's brutal. Don't ever try it. There are probably no elk within 7 miles of us. Her breath stinks. Her lips are chapped. She's trying to kiss me on the cheek. We're just waiting for the thermals to switch. It said witching hour. But hopefully we can get on something. That's a wallow. What's up, everybody? It's day 6 afternoon. We just stopped for a jerky and water break. We're making our way back up to where we were yesterday. What happened yesterday, we had a bull bugling not far from us. He was down in a meadow and trying to get the wind right, working for about an hour. I couldn't get it right, and I don't know if he smelled us, but we heard somebody yell like down that direction. I know there was 3 other guys that had hiked in here, and I think they were probably hunting up in here somewhere, and they may have shot him. He got quiet, never bugled again. We heard a couple other bugles, but they were off ways in the distance. But I heard a bull over here this morning. I went back up to my usual spot for the morning hunt and didn't do any good. Didn't cut any, didn't see any cows, no bulls, no bugles on that side. And so we're easing up this drainage, marking our trail in, because the elk trail is actually an easy path. And we're going to get up here around these meadows and listen for a while. It's overcast. The thermals are wishy-washy because it's cooling off, heating up, cooling off, heating up. So hopefully we can at least hear one, get in range of one. Cow, raghorn, 340-inch 7x7. It doesn't matter. So we're getting pretty wore out. I felt pretty sick earlier today, but Maggie got me some jerky and water and made me feel better. So day 9 of Colorado.
Day 9, camping in Colorado.
So day 9 of actually being in a tent back here. We did go to town one time. But, it'll wear on you. It's cold at night. Sleeping pads and sleeping bags aren't like a king-size bed, and linens. What?
In the morning it's freezing.
Yeah. But we'll see what we can do here in a little bit. Hopefully we can get on one. That's him. That's what we want. We want him lower. Let's keep going up here. Perfect. was another elk. That one was way up there. Dead downwind, and they ain't paying us no attention. Done looked at us 50 times. Maggie's flopping around like a dry land catfish. It's about midday. We're working in on some elk. There's 7 guys showed up last night. Literally pitched 2 Quonset huts across the creek from us. I don't know how they got in here. Said it took them 11 hours. They had about 100 pounds apiece. They brought in a wood stove. Man, compound bows. I'm like, I don't know how y'all got in here the way you did. One of them had a cot. It's insane. But they split up this morning about 10 o'clock, and I asked them where they were going. They had no idea, so we waited till about 11 and started hiking in. I got a little touch of the bronchitis, but feeling okay. So we're got a storm behind us. We put the rain jackets on, but I think it's gonna pass. And then we're gonna start slipping down into these bottoms where these elk are. So, Maggie, you're looking the wrong way.
I know. I'm trying to look and see if I can see them that way.
You're trying to see the moon? Can you see backwards doing that? Can you see backwards whenever you flip it like that? This is what happens when you forget your spoon at home or at the campsite. He's done the same thing all 3 days. The first time you bugle at him, you better be ready to pinpoint where he's at, because he will not respond again until about 5 o'clock. He's done that every day. Remember the day we sat on the rock way high?
Mm-hmm.
He answered, wouldn't answer again. We'd come down here and mess with that big bull. Next day, he bugled again. Responded first time, right off the bat, and wouldn't respond again. Maggie, sit down and be real still. There's an elk right here. She sees him, Maggie. Sit down, Maggie, sit down. I see him. They're real still, Maggie. Unless you cover your head, stay right there. Maggie, come on. Maggie, stand up with a big stick. Grab that big stick and rake that tree. Hurry up. No, the big stick on the ground. Yeah, rake it. Rake it on the log. Keep going. Keep going. Do it. Rake it. All right, sit back down. Sit down. Sit down. Watch her. I hope so. I think he's still too far. She's looking at him and she can't move. If you can. If you can. Okay. Come on, Maggie. get situated. Get situated. I'm sorry, we can't right now. Maggie, Magnolia, stay with me. Maggie, be very still, she sees him. Be very still, she sees him. KaSaundra said he's huge. She hasn't seen him like twice up there. We've been playing cat and mouse all afternoon.
So I went all the way across, and there was like a trail about a car width wide. Stepped over it. He sounded real close. Every time you would bugle, I'd take a few steps, let him bugle, so I'd know where he was at, and I'd hear. I mean, I don't think that he seen me or smelled me.
He ain't smelling you because the wind's perfect.
But, or maybe he heard me take steps, because he wouldn't run. I would take 2 steps, he would take 3 steps.
Did you see him again?
No, I didn't. I can't see nothing now. It's pitch black. It's so thick in there, up that other.
Yeah.
Because I was walking in.
That's why I watched you walk about 100 yards.
Yeah, to go into the other, I guess up the other mountain. I can't see anything. I can't even see his white horns. Last time I seen him was when he is so ticked off. But he's chicken.
Yeah.
Like, you'll bugle, and I'll take a couple of steps while you're doing that, because I know you say it doesn't matter, but I'm trying not to make a lot of noise. And then I'll hear him. Like, so, I swear, if he seen me, he'd run.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've made 2 laps around his 3 mountains here.
Yeah.
I don't want to give up, but it's getting dark.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be here tomorrow to play with, so.
Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Here's good bugler.
So when you bring a 7-year-old homeschooled kid to the mountains, 7 miles in the backcountry, you have to bring your homeschooling stuff with you. But I don't know of a better place I would pick to learn than by a river deep in the backcountry and by a campfire. While we're at it, I know everybody's going to be asking where I purchased this amazing bugle tube, but it's a new company I'm starting called Major League Bugle. It's sponsored by Backyard Baseball, Wiffle Ball. Yeah, all the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds, they're sponsoring me, so it's a Major League Bugle. It works. We're a little co-band from the... It's a cow. So all jokes aside, we got either hunters, terrible sounding bulls, raspy bulls. There's stuff going on over here, over there, over there. I know for a fact we heard one hunter, so they're in that same drainage we were in yesterday. We're playing it safe and staying high. It's only 3:30, so we got time. We've been seeing elk. I called in a spike a little bit ago, just cow calling. I haven't bugled at all. And we just saw another elk down below us. I don't know what it was, but the wind's shifty, weather's kind of iffy. But it's done dropped about 15 degrees. It feels good out here, but hopefully one of these bulls will make a mistake and maybe come up like he did yesterday about this time, and we can just make him feel like we're one of his cows. Break a couple of those sticks right there. Just step on them or pull them or something. Stay right here. Maggie, break some of those sticks right there. Just step on them. close to get?
So, when he bugled in my face, there was a stump, a tall stump. I could see one antler. The next tree up was 16 yards. All I needed him to do was step out. He couldn't see me, but he could see the end. I had it like this, because there was a tree right here in my way. And you could see the tip of my arrow like this right here. I didn't move. I was just breathing and going through my shot sequence. And then he turned and ran. And he was 40 yards broadside. You could have smoked him. He stood there for 30 seconds. 40 yards broadside. He was looking straight at me. He kept doing that. 40 yards. I come this close. I wanted to take it so bad, but I was scared I'd hurt
It's
it.
pretty close right here.
He's right over the hill. I've been seeing it.
What? You've been seeing it?
I've been seeing it in the eyes. Hey, when I make noise, he moves.
Did Maggie tell you she helped call that bull in? Heard her raking and stomping. He thought you was another bull trying to steal his cows. You ain't much of a ferocious bull, are you? Not much. Well, we called that one in. I think it might be the same bull. Sounds similar, but KaSaundra said it didn't look quite the same, but called him into 16 yards. And he either caught a whiff of her or saw her limb tip move or something, and he boogered. But we're circling downwind of him right now. And I think the ladies would be delighted to know that the hiking trail is not far. So we're gonna try to get downwind. There's some big meadows in here on the right, and he's off the ridge of one of them. He's answering every bugle, but he's not bugling on his own anymore. We boogered him pretty good, but we'll see. We'll give him one more play tonight if we can get downwind of him. If not, we'll leave him be. But either we heard some hunters in here tonight or there was several different bulls, but we're gonna stay at it for a little while longer. We still got plenty of daylight, but we'll see. Who knows? My cough hasn't gone away. The squirrels don't approve. But yesterday, we played the waiting game. We thought we had some guys that had come in here below us. We had the thermals in our favor and thought they might bump them back up the mountain like they have been going. Well, we sat there till about 4:30, and we were about to make a move. And I heard a bull on our same level, on our same side. And he just sounded like a lazy bedded, just kind of moan bugle. So we started moving this direction, and the next bugle was real close. And I had been cow calling every so often. Well, I made KaSaundra rush down the hill because she didn't have a shot where she was at. And I cow called again, and he bugled, and he was coming straight up the mountain, straight to me. Walked right up in her face at 16 yards. Stood behind some brush and apparently saw her move or something. Boogered and went down the draw and up on the other hill. Stood 40 yards broadside for about a minute. She wouldn't take the shot that far. And so She chased him around this one little meadow in here that he's been going to, and finally came back to me. And so we gave him about an hour, and I got him to bugle again, and I rushed in, and I got 40 yards from him again. Could hear him breathing, could hear him walking, just on the other side of a little, like, small hump. And he caught my wind, and he boogered, and next time I heard him bugle, he was like 300 yards. So this morning, I came in here the way we went out yesterday, which is not a bad way to come in. Thermals are going down valley, and I walked up in here to him. I'm sitting in his little meadow that he loves to hang around. He's been around it like 7 times with us. So I know he's crossed it a couple times. There's tons of sign in here. There's elk, like crap everywhere. Cows, spikes, everything. So I'm just gonna hang here. I'm not gonna make a peep until I see elk or hear elk. And just hope something walks by me until I can maybe get in a position to make a play on one. I got the thermals in my favor. So we'll see how the morning goes. September 12th. Got the crew. We hiked about, I don't know, 2 miles, took a break, hiked another mile, and then we dropped down into the same drainage we've been hunting, but about probably close to 3/4 of a mile up from where we've been hunting. The other evening we heard some bulls in here. Hopefully they were bulls, not hunters. Sounded pretty good. So that was the evening KaSaundra got on that one, and we caught him into 16 yards, and he boogered. But we've had 2 unsuccessful days. The other morning I hunted, and I sat till like 9:30. I heard a couple sticks pop. I know there were elk walking, but they never responded to a call, and they disappeared. But the yesterday evening we hunted for maybe an hour and a half, and never heard anything, never saw anything, so we got out. The place we've been hunting's kind of dried up. The signs dried up. Didn't hear any bugles the last 2 days, so we are going to try a new spot today. We're going to hunt our way down that direction, but maybe one of these new meadows will have some elk or a different little herd. Our neighbors who moved in 30 yards beside us said they ran 50 over the mountain yesterday, so who knows, man. I don't know how much they boogered it up. It's public land for you, but we're going to make the best of it this evening. We're probably going to give it maybe 1, maybe 2 more days back here, and if nothing else, we'll pack up and go somewhere else and try a different area. But we know if we kept going up this drainage, we would run into elk, but the problem lies in getting it out of here. So I'd love to go up there and hunt that old steppy country, because I know there's some big bulls up there and there's stuff that hasn't been hunted. But my wife and I can't get a 2 hindquarters, 2 front shoulders, and all the spare meat out. But either way, we're gonna try it this evening and see if we can't kill something.
I told you keep asking, and it will be given to you. Keep seeking, and you will find. Keep knocking, and it will be open to you. Luke 11:9.
So today is Friday the 13th of September. We got a bull bedded probably 100 yards from us. He's bugled maybe 3 times. The first was a pretty decent response, but we were down valley. And then we've been up here. I bugled 2 more times, no response, but we were just standing there being quiet. I heard him like kind of growl, grunt, just like I'm bedded right here, you know. I don't know what bull it is. I don't care as long as he's legal. But we're gonna wait him out, let him get on his feet, and try to call him in or cut him off or something. But we're not far from camp. I think this is the same bull we heard bugling last night. Maggie said that she thought he was on this side of the river, and that's where he's at right now. So fingers crossed we can get it done. We've got a steady wind today, so we're gonna try to sneak in on this bull. He's done bugled about 4 times, real lazy in a bed. KaSaundra's in front of me about 10 yards right now, but 10 to 30 yards. So we're gonna just ease in on him. And if we don't shoot him in a bed, we'll make some cow calls and try to get him up on his feet. Either way, this is our best opportunity for today. Talk about bad luck. We've been on this bull all day. He got up from his bed silent. Must have crossed the river. Got on the other side of the river, started bugling about 100 foot up from the bottom. So I had Maggie and KaSaundra follow me across the river. Heard him bugle up higher. Figured he was probably going to keep going higher. Made the decision to kind of give them the option to go back to camp or to stick with me. I knowing that they were going to be having to climb. They decided to go back to camp, which was a good idea. I climbed almost 520 feet, just following bugles, never called, never made any noise, just slipped along. Even stopped at one point, got some water, ate a snack, and I thought they were going to keep on going. I gave them about 15 minutes to see what they were going to do, but they kind of paused, and I could tell he was bugling at the same level. So I was like, if he's going to stay there, I'll go get him. And he was sounding like he was about another 300 foot above me. And so I climbed the next 300 feet, and when he bugled again, he was on my level. We were on the same elevation. Winds going downhill, thermals going downhill. The only problem was thermals would have been going down our hill, but also down the valley. If I could have gotten on the other side, I probably would have been all right, but I just kept on the elevation, kept slipping. Finally heard a stick pop, looked out ahead, saw legs, saw black belly, saw black head. Never saw horns on him, but then he bugled, and I watched him bugle. And he's about 45 yards. And so I got set up. I never called. I was on a pretty little bench. I could tell he was probably going to hang here. By the time I looked up the hill above me, heard a stick pop, and there come a cow. She walked across the ridge. I don't think she ever saw me or heard me or smelled me. I know she didn't smell me. But I think the wind ended up shifting and going parallel straight down the end of the mountain, down valley. Same elevation he's on, 40 yards. He smells me. I heard him crack a couple sticks and go up the hill. And the cow kind of followed him up the hill. And so I just listened. I stood there probably 10 minutes, nothing. Let out a couple cow calls, nothing. And I haven't heard him bugle. It's probably been, 30 minutes. I bugled at him, nothing. So I guess he smelled me, and just after all that work, all that time, to come up here and just booger that up, it's frustrating, man. I know it's elk hunting. I know it's a lot of work. I know I should anticipate that, but man, you feel like you do everything right, everything perfect, and then all of a sudden, poof, he's gone. So I still got about another 45 minutes of daylight. I'm gonna hang out up here. Maybe there's some satellites or some other cows lingering around. But just kind of a nail in the coffin for us back here in this draw. Last minute decision to hunt this morning. I just cow called. Bull answered me. Low battery, not gonna get a lot of video, but he's not far. We're gonna try to kill him. So I wasn't really gonna hunt this morning. Got up, slipped up in there to where I got away from the sounds of the river, and got to a place where there's a fresh pile of poop, fresh pile of pee, and decided to get where I could see a little bit. So I slipped up a little bit, made a cow call, and instant answer. He bugled right above me. And so I cut the distance by 10 yards, gave it about 3 minutes, cow called again. He answered me again halfway closer. And so I just got a good place where I had some shooting lanes, had perfect thermal coming down the mountain. He was coming down to me. And he first popped out about 30 yards, and all he had to do was take a right and stay on the high ground. He dropped off into the valley below me, I guess trying to get downwind. And I could see the top of his rack, his big, heavy 5-point. And he just kind of skirted around me, and he went behind a tree. I got the full draw, and he popped out. I noticed there was a couple little short spruce trees, like real short, right in front of him, like literally touching him. I said, well, the only hope I got probably is to let it go right there. And I just remember seeing my point of my arrow right in the middle of his ribs at 26 yards, which I'd already ranged that opening. And I let it go, and I thought I smoked him. And I get down there, and my arrow's about 1.5 feet left of where I was aiming, stuck in the base of a big old spruce tree. 99% sure I ranged it correctly. There wasn't much of anything, if anything at all, in between me and him that would have deflected it that low. I don't know if I jerked it that bad. I don't know. I felt really good about the shot, but long story short, he bounced up the hill. About 30 minutes later, I got him bugling again. I waited for the thermals for 2 hours to get corrected so that I could get on the same elevation and side hill into him. And finally, at about 10 o'clock, 10:15, thermals got right. I side hilled right into him to 80 yards, 100 yards. I got him to respond to a real low bugle, nothing challenging, and started cow calling. Cow called twice. He cut the distance in half. I got quiet. Had a big scree field to my right that I didn't think he would go around. Big thicket to my right, perfect trails to my left at 18 and 22 yards. And the sucker decides to come right down the trail, and as soon as he gets about even with me, he turns and comes straight up in my face. And I could have spit on his nose. He was 3 yards. I was at full draw. All he had to do was take 1/2 step to a full step up on this little mound, and I would have been literally just, the arrow probably would have been gone from the bow maybe 3 feet before it hit him in the ribs. And he stood there for about, felt like about 6 seconds, 8 seconds. I couldn't hold my bow any longer, so I decided to ease it down. I knew I was screwed either way. So I just came on out, got back. KaSaundra had camp pretty much packed up, and we're gonna leave here and regroup and let Maggie play downtown in the valley somewhere, and just kind of rethink things. I don't know if I'm cut out for killing these elk. I'm pretty good at calling them in and getting them close, but I just can't kill them. It's just starting to get frustrating. But we'll see y'all in the next spot. Hopefully we can find another location that's a little bit easier on the legs for the family, and then KaSaundra and Maggie fly home on the 19th. And then she'll be back with me on the 23rd. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what the rest of the season's going to play out as. I'm pretty depressed and defeated right now, but still grateful for being here. I mean, this is some of God's most beautiful creation on the planet. We're going to hopefully get back on another bull before the season goes out.
Her with Mama's bow, not mine.
What's up, y'all? It's September 20th. I've officially been out here for like 24, 25 days. We hunted real hard for the first 16 days, and I flew KaSaundra and Maggie out yesterday. I drove them to Denver. KaSaundra had to work a shift, and so she's planning on coming back out on the 23rd, but I don't know how much gas I got left in the tank. The only bull I've heard today was really close to the trailhead. He was probably on private land, but I had a place I wanted to go check out, and I left him, and he responded every bugle. I mean, he was lighting it up. It was about probably 8 o'clock this morning, and I went and checked this one creek, and man, it was just dead as all get out. I found boot tracks in it. I guess there was a camp way up high, like super high, that I saw burn a fire all day. I mean, they were still burning the fire at 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know if they had killed something and were just kind of kicking back or what, but maybe mule deer hunters. They were real high, and I'm sure they probably had horses with them, but I never could glass them. But I got wore out today. I tried that one creek, that one drainage, and it was dead. Man, I worked my butt off getting in there with a pack full and had all my camping gear and stuff, which is actually right now super light. I have about 3 or 4 days supply, and it's probably only about 40 pounds at most, maybe 35. But man, it whooped my tail. And so I got back to the trail, and my intentions were to go on up further up in there if I didn't find anything in that first drainage, which I didn't. And I was so whooped, man. I could go 50 yards and sit down, and I'd sit there. And I sat in one place one time for about 45 minutes. I never moved. I could have fallen asleep. It was just a rough day. My legs are give out. I've lost a bunch of weight. I probably lost 20 pounds. And I'm kind of missing home right now. Everybody's shooting deer, and my dad hunted this morning, and it's starting to get to be that time of year at home. And every year I've hunted elk, I've come out here and I've spent quite a bit of time. I'm fortunate enough to have the whole month, but man, it's starting to wear on me, and I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think tomorrow my plan is I got about 1.5 miles to where I was hunting the first part of the season, where I was on all the elk and we had all the opportunities and encounters and blew everything. But I'm going to go back in there for one good long day hunt tomorrow. I'm going to leave camp right here about 1.5 miles from there. And depending on what I do tomorrow is going to kind of dictate what I do for the rest of the season, I guess. I know KaSaundra's probably tired of hunting. We're all pretty wore out, want to be home, but I'm excited for her to come back. I miss her already. She's only been gone a day. But it's kind of weird being out here by yourself after having a 7-year-old and your wife with you for the first 16, 18 days. But I don't know what the plan's going to be after tomorrow. Hopefully, I mean, maybe I can go in there and double lung a bull and he run 40 yards, fall over, and I can get his meat hung up and cooled off, and we can spend the next 3 days packing him out, because the temperatures are getting down into the 30s every night, and I'm supposed to have some weather rolling in tomorrow. But I don't know. It's just this is a draining process. I mean, I can understand why people really only take 7 to 10 days to come out here. They don't give themselves the whole month, because mentally it's just the drain, it's the drag, it's up and down roller coaster, emotions, fatigue, mental fatigue, physical fatigue. It's just like it doesn't stop. So I went ahead and pitched camp early today, and I've been sitting here. I drank me a cup of coffee late. Didn't have any coffee this morning, and about to eat me some a freeze-dried meal. I bought something in town at a little store, and it's made in Maine. Never seen it. It's called Good to Go. It's vegan. It's gluten-free, all this stuff, but it's got a bunch of beans and simple ingredients, and it's 720 calories and a lot of protein, and it smells really, really good. So I'm going to give it a shot tonight, and we'll see what tomorrow holds. Hopefully I can get on an elk and maybe get it done, and we'll go pick KaSaundra up, and we can come back in here and pack him out. But who knows? It's just going to be a long day tomorrow, and hopefully it's an eventful day. But anyway, just wanted to share it. Hopefully we can get it done tomorrow. Morning is September 21st. It's about 8:45, and I've already hiked about 2 miles to get back in here where I was trying to get to yesterday, but my legs gave out. I'm kind of right back in here where I had the last encounter with that big heavy 5-point. I missed him at 26 yards. I still don't know what happened. And then I called him back into 3 yards, got the full draw, and he stopped, and I had to let down because I couldn't hold 53 pounds any longer. And he boogered, and we left out of here that day, and I hadn't really been on elk since. I'm gonna sit here and listen for a little while and just kind of take it easy and go slow today and see if I can't get one fired up and maybe kill him. I had just put my rain pants and rain jacket on, and so I found a dry spruce tree. It already started raining, and I called maybe 5 times, and he come running off the hill behind me. I didn't have an arrow knocked or nothing, and he never saw me. He come out at 30 yards, but just too thick to shoot. It looked like a respectable 6-point. I mean, he's not a giant by any means, but called in a bull to 30 right before this hit. Even though I didn't get it done, it's pretty awesome to be out here. In the first snowstorm I've been in this year, it's dumping pretty good. Man, I got about 2 miles to camp. I'm soaking wet. Who cares? I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm a glutton for punishment. Good evening, everybody. We got about 2 hours left. Hiked in today, pitched tent. Decided not to sit around. We were wore out, but we decided to hunt anyway. Going back to where I had that bull come in 30 yards during the thunderstorm. Spirits are not that high right now. We're pretty frazzled, but especially her. She wore slap out, but tough lady. Grateful for her actually coming in here with me today. We could have sat at camp. I'd have been okay with it, but she wanted to hunt. So we're about 100 yards from his wallow. The other day it was pouring rain and snowing. I couldn't tell if he had been hit or not, but I saw him in there, smelled him in there. He acted like he had cows, so we're gonna go just sit on that wallow, and it's late. Maybe he's done pushed him out of here somewhere, but we're gonna find out. So it's September 25th, and I think we're gonna pack out of here today. We came in yesterday, hiked in 5.5 miles, and decided to pitch tent a little bit early. That way we could hunt 2 miles, well, hike 2 more miles into where we were hunting, and then do our loop from there, which a 4 mile with a light pack is not that hard. But we hiked in yesterday afternoon around 3:30. We hunted for probably, well, till dark actually. Didn't hear a bugle, didn't see any sign. We cut one fresh, I wouldn't even call it fresh track. It's about a day and a half old. But no smells, no signs, no poop, no tracks, no bugles. And we decided to, instead of hiking all the way back in there today and hunting dead sign, we just go ahead and pack out of here and go hunt whitetails. So
It's still been a successful trip with a lot of hard work, right?
Right, we worked hard. I mean,
Even though they didn't give us good shot opportunities or wanted to hang around 12,000 feet elevation, everybody put a lot of hard work into this trip.
yeah, Magnolia, 7 years old, first elk hunt trip, first backpacking trip, crushed it. She was running trails, calling in bulls, and you
gotta put this video together and show that.
I know, I don't like, I mean, everybody wants to see a dead animal at the end, but I did not execute some shots I probably should have. I took maybe a shot I probably shouldn't have, but whenever you have a bull bugling in your face at 10 yards, it's tough not to come unglued. So But I learned a lot. We learned a little bit about setups mainly. I mean, we know where elk are. I mean, we can find elk. We got apps and research and stuff that has told us that. We got buddies who tell us things. And
you tracking, you just calling them in and knowing where they're at.
Yeah,
That's
calling
better than
elk's
what
not that
everybody else
hard.
we come in contact with has done.
Yeah, calling elk to me is not hard. It's just the setup in this thick timber is the difficult thing. The elk never seem to come where you think they're gonna walk out. They always walk and they have their bodies behind something, and it's just tough getting a shot.
Limits your shot.
And
Opportunities.
I think we probably had 8 or 10 opportunities inside the 30 yards on bulls. Some cow opportunities as well. We just couldn't get it done. I had 4 cows the second day of the season, bed within, or the first day of the season. That was the first opening day. No, second day of the season.
Yeah, because my cow was the first day.
Yeah.
That was 10 yards that I popped up and we were face to face.
I had 4 cows bedded inside of 25 yards. The closest one was like 12 yards from me, and I still couldn't get it done. Ended up walking right up in the face of a herd bull at, I don't know, 25, 30 yards. Thought he was further than what he was. He was right there. I guess he may have came in when his cow spooked. I didn't get any of that on video. There's things I didn't get on video, but hopefully I can put this together and give you some idea of what it's like to spend 30 days almost in the mountains of Colorado chasing elk with a 7-year-old and your wife, who has not been married to me, but, well, 4 days shy of a year today. So I put her to the test in the first year. But we're gonna load these packs up, let the fire die down, and we're gonna hike out of here and go get some breakfast and point the Ford east. So you can do what? Fill your tags?
Fill my tags.
She's gonna kill a pile of deer this year, I got a feeling. She's got a bunch of sharp broadheads and she's shooting lights out. So we're gonna go home and get in the deer stand and shoot some, practice up, which we've been shooting some elevated shots out here because everything's like a deer stand shooting downhill. But we're gonna get home and get dialed in for the whitetails. The ruts should be, I mean, October, 1st of October is my favorite time. We got a big hurricane coming in right now. It's gonna cool things off. So you got any final statements, any words?
It was fun, frustrating. I only wanted to throw you down a mountain maybe 5 times.
It was tough. It was a tough hunt, but we
I think once we get home and get showered and get relaxed, we'll be planning on our next trip. So
probably will.
yep.
Thank y'all for watching.